take the motherfucking game. Bring it back to the realness from which it came. Nice medallion.
What up, though? It is that deep. We are at episode number 20.
What up, though?
20. We done made it so far. Congratulations, Juan.
Congratulations, Kat.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Excellent. And Dave over here to the left.
What's up?
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man, but I'm glad to be back.
Best friend of the show.
Best friend of the show.
The original.
Yes, the original. And even from the beginning, even before you got here, Juan.
I know.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure
For
I
real?
got the history.
Wait, you serious?
Yeah, remember it was me, you, and Simp.
That's true.
We did the first ever episode. It wasn't technically it is that deep though.
Yeah, but the
So-
show ain't get his edge until Juan came on. Man.
You know,
So,
Juan
appreciate
gave it some
that.
edge for sure.
I appreciate that. You found me on the street, so I had to bring the streets to the booth.
I definitely found him on the street.
Yeah.
Picked him right out. Like,
the
come
streets.
Yep.
on. So Juan got me a scratch off, a $20 scratch off for the 20th episode. If I win,
That's what's up.
I could get $2 million. If I get $2 million, I'm giving him 20 off top. $20 off top.
Yeah, you
I
gotta,
got you for that 20 back.
I could use 200 grand though.
and a 20 back.
If you win the 2 million, I can use 200 grand.
least
You know what I'm
200.
saying? I mean, I can use 200 grand.
$40.
You know,
40.
I take whatever I can get
40,
at this
40
point.
ball. You getting a 40 ball.
You know how like the Temptations and all something always happen that break the group up. I feel like this could be that thing if you don't give him that 200,000. So
Give a brother 200,000. You can save my life with 200,000.
I'll consider it.
Yeah.
So, I just like to say and announce to all the good people, because this is something that's really important to me. This is something I've been looking forward to, and I'm so excited about it. I got Beyonce tickets,
what?
floor tickets. I'm in that thing.
Lord, wait, straight up?
Yes,
Floor tickets.
floor. I didn't get to go in the Beehive or Club Renaissance. I was pissed about that because
Yeah.
those were sold out. So by the time I got in the queue, it was 2,000 people ahead of me already buying tickets. And that went down in like 10 minutes. And so when I could finally get one, I got one right on the floor, right in front of the Beehive. So I'm like, okay, I got 2 tickets for me and my daughter. Yeah.
See, I knew you was rich. I knew you was rich.
Yeah, I was seeing some outlandish prices.
Well, you could get a ticket for $50. Okay, $125.
Oh, okay.
The
Wait,
100 row was like $275.
Oh, okay.
And those are really decent seats. So it wasn't as bad as, but you know, when you get to the floor, that's when it got into the upper hundreds of sorts of things.
Okay.
Did they sell out yet? Or?
No,
Sure. Oh, okay.
no. So
I was seeing some in the beginning. I thought they were saying it was like $4,000.
I think there's
Crazy,
probably
yeah.
tickets that are that much, like the Club Renaissance and the Beehive, that are right at the stage.
Oh, okay.
But those were gone. Those
Yeah.
went first. There was not a single one of those available.
You know
so.
what the crazy thing is? I can't name one song on the album aside from the. I know I've been hearing it's a good album,
Oh yeah,
but it don't seem like. Like what about you?
She
Juan?
didn't
Can
even
you name-
promote it. She didn't do
No.
one video for this whole album.
Mm.
There is no visual for Renaissance.
Yeah.
She just dropped the body of work, let it do what it needed to do, and now she's touring.
Is this the one where you're breaking my soul?
That one. That's the only one I
You
know.
wanna make my song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's my song.
But this album is more like what type of flavor? It's
Like
not really
dance,
R&B, more like dance hall type
yeah.
stuff.
It was a great album. She put some juju on that album because I could not put it away for a while.
Yeah,
it was just
yeah.
like I had to hear it every day.
One of my homegirls was in
Every
the club,
day.
and she told me that a dude tried to holler at her,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she gave him her number and all of that type of stuff. And then she saw he had walked over somewhere with some of his boys, and a Beyonce song came on from that album.
Okay.
And he started dancing to it. So she was like, "I'm not answering when he called."
Oh Lord!
Because it ain't, if it's one of them hard Beyonce, like that, you remember that B-Day album had some of them Swiss
Right.
beat joints on there.
Right.
But from this album, if a dude is in a club
He was
dancing
like,
off of
"We gonna cut the knot."
she was like, man, when he called, ain't no way I'm going on that. I ain't going on no dates. I ain't answering. So
Yeah, sometimes some guys be on that dance floor doing a little bit too much. You be like,
I mean, he could-
to me, hustle too well.
yeah,
He could have just been a dancer, though, you know.
Yeah.
that's true. He could have been.
You know, you ain't gonna play him like that, you know what I'm saying? Because he turned it up to the Beehive.
Yeah.
To the queen bee.
I mean, she is the queen.
Yeah.
She is the queen.
Yeah.
I mean, she a Virgo, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Virgos are amazing, though.
Yeah.
Kobe's a Virgo, Beyonce, Michael Jackson.
Selma Hayek, Keanu Reeves, Keke Palmer. Who else?
Keke Palmer a Taurus.
No, I'm telling you. She
No, she a Taurus.
Tyler Perry. I'm gonna go with you on
Yeah,
that.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
They're
Taraji P.
perfectionists.
Henson.
Yeah, they're perfectionists. They work hard at their craft. They crazy,
Yeah.
but they definitely put forth the hard work.
They're driven by creativity, right?
They believe in working hard.
Yeah.
They believe in earning. Like Beyonce, she's beautiful. She could easily take the easy route. She don't have to work this hard, but she does.
You trying to say she can get an OnlyFans?
She want to be the greatest.
You
know?
trying to say if she wasn't a great singer, she can get an OnlyFans?
No. All I'm saying is that with
just
her
joking.
voice alone, the Beehive don't play about Beyonce. You gotta be careful what you say about Beyonce.
I told that's the
Beehive.
Juan adds the edge, man. He say the stuff that we ain't gonna say.
I know how the Beehive get down. I mean, y'all got to be able to take a joke. God damn.
No.
Shit.
See
Man.
this face? Does it look like I need to take a joke?
You in the Beehive too?
I'm in the Beehive.
No, you not.
I absolutely am.
How we didn't know about this before you just bought these tickets.
Yeah. Flat out. Yeah.
Y'all just ain't paying attention.
I mean, I used to be in the Beehive back when it was Lil' Kim. She was the original Queen
Oh,
Bee.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh yeah, the original
Whatever.
Queen Bee. If it
Hi,
ain't
Mama. Miss Ivana.
She don't
without
even.
Queen
She ain't
Bee,
even
we
the
don't get
same
Beyonce.
person. She ain't even the same person. So
That wasn't mean.
not gonna do. No, I'm just playing. How did y'all like Rihanna's Super Bowl performance?
Man, I didn't see it, man.
You didn't see it?
Nah.
You didn't even go watch it on YouTube?
Well, she should. You know what I think? What I did here is this. I know she pregnant or whatever,
Yeah.
right? So she couldn't really move
Yeah.
like that. Then, yeah, but maybe she had signed on to do
Yeah,
it.
and then she was pregnant.
But damn, like I want to see a real show. I don't want to see you up there not being able to be you and do your full movements and stuff because
Right.
you inhibited by the pregnancy or whatever. Not to say it's not a beautiful thing and it don't happen,
Yeah.
but that's the only thing that I would,
Yeah.
I know
she
they,
made history though. I think she was the first to perform pregnant at the Super Bowl.
yeah. No, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I think it was a little bit underwhelming, but probably based on the fact that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting tired of it. It seems like the stage play is all kind of the same. Like her and the Weeknd, it's starting to look like it's the same thing they're doing up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when they switch from scene to scene and have these dancers, I'm trying to figure out what's the meaning behind all this because
because even when Kendrick Lamar performed, he had that kind of montage dance a little bit too
Right.
in
That's
his
true.
thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did all have this similar.
yeah.
The whole Dr. Dre joint, that was a good deviation.
That was a
from
great
it.
one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Because it was variety. You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Kendrick, then you got 50, then you got Dre, then Snoop, then it was just
Right.
it doesn't really get any greater than that. But I like Rihanna's show. I like that she did it alone. I think she made a statement in saying that she's Rihanna. She could call up anybody to come do the Super Bowl,
Right.
but she did it alone. So, she got the hits. She has I think a record number of hits too, like number one hits. So,
Man, she would have brought Kanye out.
yeah, that I would have cried. I would have cried if she
Yeah.
brought Kanye out. And then, because when Dre did it last year, and they did the piano tribute to Tupac, I'm not mad at you. I thought they were gonna do a hologram, and I got so teary eyed.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that would.
I feel like they should have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, fine.
I don't know, man. Do you think Rihanna is, don't get me wrong, she's a big artist. She's one of the
Yes.
biggest superstars out there.
Yeah.
But performance-wise, do you
No,
think she's
not a performer.
What, right.
No.
Is she able to carry a whole show of that magnitude by
I
herself?
feel like she did. I feel
She
like
did?
she did. I feel like she did.
I'm up here, I ain't even seen it, but you felt like she
Yeah,
did.
I feel like she did. I enjoyed it.
I mean, I like
I mean,
her.
it was just it just kind of was the same. Like nothing happened.
Kind of monotonous. It wasn't
And it was
like,
it was like she changed up stages a little bit, but it was like It was no surprises or anything like that, but I thought it was good. It was good.
I think it was cool
I give it a B.
how the platform raised up. And,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That took a lot of fucking balls to be able to be pregnant and be on that stage as it's rising up like that. I think that was very impressive right there. But
It also shows how fickle and selective some black people are, because again, it wasn't nothing but a couple of years ago where people was getting ready to boycott the NFL because of Kaepernick, and then all of a sudden you got the black woman that everybody looks up to, and they forget about it. Oh no, actually the compromise was, I ain't watching nothing but the halftime show.
Right.
I think that's what made them feel better about it, so they didn't feel like they were selling all the way out.
Said they've been trying to get her to do halftime for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And then you remember she wouldn't do it because of the Kaepernick situation. She turned it down, and she was very vocal about that. But now I guess because Jay-Z's kind of behind the halftime show, doesn't he like produce it or he has something to do with it?
Yeah,
That's
behind.
Probably was a draw for her to do it.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. It just lets me know that whatever you was boycotting it for wasn't that important to begin with.
Right.
It was just you doing something because it was politically correct to do. Yeah. Didn't want to lose your fan base. Being anti, or I won't say, being somebody who's like a social justice warrior or whatever at that time was trendy. You could actually make money off of doing it, and you can, build up your image even more. So anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that, but it's just funny how just yesterday it seemed like that was the case, and then now it's like,
right.
Yeah, that was the popular thing to do.
Nobody's saying nothing about it.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
That was the popular thing to do, to pretend like, with all this fake outrage, you know what I mean? And then, when a little time goes by and it's safe, now we just get back into it,
Yeah.
Everybody knowing that 48 hours, it's going to be something else to complain about or argue about.
Oh, they were just complaining about the Hamlin thing. That was another thing a couple of weeks ago.
What happened?
What's the football player name
DeMar
for Buffalo?
Hamlin?
Yeah, DeMar Hamlin.
Right.
A lot of people was pissed at the NFL for that.
Oh.
Because they, the conversation came back up regarding the fact that the NFL don't necessarily take care of
Oh,
those
yeah.
players.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We had a conversation about that. Didn't we have a back
We
and
did. It was, but it's not that I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's just we was coming from different places.
Yeah, we were coming from a different place there for sure. The fake outrage.
Mm-hmm.
So here's some fake outrage. Let's go through some fake outrage that's been going on lately. Okay. Chloe Bailey making a song with Chris Brown. Fake outrage. Everybody's mad at Chloe for doing a song with Chris Brown.
They brought that back up?
That just came. That was last week.
I'm talking about the Chris Brown with the Rihanna and all of that.
Yes, with Rihanna, Karrueche. It's a few different, notches he has on his belt in the Department of Assaults and, But, yes. So the Twitter went crazy on Chloe Bailey for announcing that she was doing a collab with Chris Brown.
What?
Did LMA collab with Chris Brown? Yes. Her? Yes. Janae Aiko? They're basically like partners. Yeah. So none of these women got slack for collabing with Chris Brown, but Chloe Bailey does it, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. I'm like, really? Yeah. The selective outrage is ridiculous.
What's wrong with Chris Brown?
The whole Rihanna thing when they got into a fight 20 decades ago.
Oh, so about 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah. Yes. And so there were more specific arguments, because I can tell you for sure. Someone said, people who defend Chris Brown only bring up Rihanna and how she forgave him. They never mentioned the restraining order with Karrueche Tran, him throwing her downstairs, punching her in the stomach and harassment, his colorism or holding a woman hostage with a gun, etc.
Speaking of Karrueche, I saw her at a breakfast joint when I was living in California. She's fine. Real life.
Oh yeah,
she's fine.
I seen her on a couple shows, and yeah. I like Karrueche.
Her restraining order just expired.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So back to the Rihanna situation for a second. Mm-hmm. I think people neglect to mention the fact that she, based on the reports, she struck him first.
Yeah.
So that's not only a cautionary tale for men.
Yeah.
Hey, make sure you choose the right woman that ain't gonna boss up on you like that. But that's a cautionary tale for women too. Like, why would you hit a man and not expect for something to happen?
Right.
I never been a part of any domestic violence situations, but don't ever fucking put your hands on me ever. Because if you hit me, I'm hitting your ass back. I do not care. Don't ever fucking touch me, because I don't touch people.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So to hold that man hostage for so long over that situation is ridiculous.
Yeah, because even Rihanna has worked with Chris Brown since that situation.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what they're saying too.
Right,
People are forgiven, saying that Rihanna forgave him, but there's been other incidents like that young woman who said he held her hostage.
But
There was a situation where a woman said he held her hostage at gunpoint and it got swept under the rug. Carucci said he kicked her downstairs, punched her in the stomach.
I never
That's
heard
how
about
she got
the
a
Carucci stuff.
restraint. Yeah, that was I remember that so vaguely, but again because these women aren't famous like Rihanna, it didn't matter.
I
You
see
get what
what
I'm
you're
saying? So, you know, when Chris Brown and Rihanna had a fight, they were the biggest things out at that time.
Yeah.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that made it a bigger deal. But these other women, it's easy to just be like, you know, they ain't nobody.
Yeah.
you know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Juan.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say I don't know if those things actually happen or not. But at the same time, you know, once a person's name has been dragged through the mud and they still
Right.
on a certain level, sometimes, you know, different things can happen where they can, everything might not be true. So just because somebody is making an accusation, I mean, it's kind of easy to do it when you're already fucked up based off public opinion. So, I mean, did he really do it? If he's this bad guy,
Yeah.
if he's bad, I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm the good guy. If he's really this bad guy and he's done all this, why is he going to jail?
He's rich.
I mean, there's a lot of rich motherfuckers.
don't
Tory
really go
Lanez
to
is
jail.
rich. His ass is in jail.
He shot somebody.
Well, shit.
It was a bullet. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit different. Most of the men, even from back in the day, that was beating a woman and everybody knew about it, they didn't go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
You say didn't you say he threw her down the steps and
That's
stabbed
what
her?
she claimed.
Oh,
but
okay.
she got a restraining order. So, you know, whatever. You know, I don't want to take away anybody's voice in a situation, not Chris Brown, not theirs, but it's just
Right.
the fake outrage about it in this case that has me just like,
I see what you're saying. You're not trying to invalidate
No.
what anybody went through. You're
No,
just
I'm
saying
not.
that from an
'Cause
objective
I wasn't there.
standpoint, it's
Yeah.
like, come on, man, y'all was cool when he performed with Rihanna
exactly.
Right.
and now all of a sudden when Chloe,
Exactly.
you know, young girl, that's probably her dream to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
you just
crazy.
trying to take her moment.
Yeah.
She can't even enjoy this moment of her making a song with an icon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, without these buzzards buzzing.
Maybe she getting facing a little karma or something because you know she was hanging out with Gunna.
Oh,
And I keep hearing, I keep hearing Gunna. I don't know if he's snitching now. I keep hearing they keep calling Gunna a snitch. That was just a joke.
so now Sierra, she got backlash this week.
Sierra for what?
Sierra got backlash. She posted a snippet of a song she made. It's for the independent women. And so women on Twitter, Black Twitter is a crazy place. So Black Twitter kind of drives culture a lot.
Okay.
It's a thing. So Black Twitter went crazy on Sierra for creating a song where she's basically like, this is for the women. I can show you guys what she was saying. But yeah, Sierra made an independent women anthem type of song. And she's getting dragged for it.
I
So
wonder what she said in it. Yeah.
so we were just having a Sierra's prayer, right? She
Right.
got this great husband and X, Y, and Z, but now she pushing independence.
Yeah.
Here's the song I'm going to play.
Crazy.
Play it for me a cappella. Play the girls from a cappella up front.
I don't own the rights to this music.
Oh shit.
This is for the girls getting money. This is for the girls that don't need no man. This is for the girls that's in love with themselves. This is for all the girls that done did it by
Here we go.
themselves. This is for all the girls that's INDEPENDENT. This is for all the girls that been living stress free. This is for all the girls on a mission like me.
On a mission like you.
This is for all the
Oh, I got some shit to say about this.
So what do you guys think about that?
Go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead, Dave.
You know what pissed me off about that? Because she's a married woman, right? She got what, 2 kids? Really? Wait, hold on, how many kids? 3. 3 kids. 2 with Russell Wilson.
Right.
And one with
Right.
Future, yeah.
So what she talking about does not align with her lifestyle today.
Okay.
And this bullshit to try to I don't know. It's almost like she's trying to gain fame again or gain clout again off of an image that's not indicative of who she is today. It's fraudulent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't respect it. And at the end of the day, why you ain't making some shit about being a housewife, being a good wife to your husband, being a good mother to your kids? Because that's not going to sell. So I can't respect it because and then playing devil's advocate, somebody might say, yeah, but she's still independent to some degree. Oh, well, she know who the fuck that song is for.
Right.
She know who the target
He
audience
said it's
is.
for the women. That's INDEPENDETTT.
Here they go trying to push that that narrative to the modern woman.
First of all,
you know
that
what I
was
mean?
so 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was so 2006.
Yeah.
With all the didn't Boosie do it? INDE.
Oh, yeah, back in the day.
You know what I'm
She did it,
saying?
yeah.
Destiny's Child did
Destiny
it.
Child did
That
it.
was so 2006,
TLC
2007.
even before that.
Yeah. So for her to bring that back in her current situation,
She know that shit ain't. She know that independent shit ain't work as far as for relationships and shit. She know it didn't work pushing that agenda.
But what if she's just trying to be inclusive of the women who are like that? She's trying to make a song for these types of women.
For what?
Is she not allowed to do that? Does an artist's music have to reflect their life? Because if that's true, we got to have some conversations about the hip hop community too then. Because
hell yeah, we
she's
do.
not the only one that's out here doing it then.
Being fraudulent.
No,
Yeah.
we got all these studio gangsters out here for sure. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And if you ain't
That's what I'm saying, the selective outrage.
like, yeah. So like even with this whole situation with YSL and Gunna and all that shit, you get on here and rap about all this shit, and then you get in there and make some type of deal where you gotta say some information against a person in your circle.
Yeah.
If you really, if you really about it, man, just go ahead and just do what you got to do. Same thing with 6ix9ine, but even in 6ix9ine situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think he was ever a street dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't
But-
know much about him.
Yeah, but I don't even think he was ever a street dude. But a lot of shit, at least a lot of shit did happen to him. They kidnapped him, they robbed him, they fucked his baby mama. Shit, they was plotting to kill the nigga and shit. So at least something did happen. But with Gunna, this is your main man. Gunna, Thug is your main man. I don't understand what's going on with this situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't rap about it. It's so much other shit you can rap about. Be a cool nigga.
Yeah.
Be a nigga who fuck the bitches.
But that's the thing. People want to rap about what sells, and then their labels push them to want to sing and rap about what sells.
Yeah.
Right.
So you might come to this, studio with a song about your husband and your family and your kids. They like, no, no one's gonna buy that. Your audience is ratchet. Your audience is twerking ass and on OnlyFans. You need to make a song for those girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
right.
you don't know what's going on in these boardrooms and what kind of pressure they're under in order to push their dreams. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? To get
Yeah.
to the point where they can do whatever they want to do. So that's just me playing devil's advocate a little bit.
No, that's a good
But,
perspective, man.
yeah.
But I think, like I said, what you do should align with who you are. You don't want them two things to be out of sync, or it's gonna catch up with you. Even with T.I. T.I. made his claim to fame from being a gangster,
Yeah.
and people respected him for having street cred and all of that. And then something just came up recently regarding the fact that he snitched on his dead cousin or something like that.
Oh yeah,
That just resurfaced.
He said it, didn't he? Didn't he
Yeah.
admit that he
Yeah, I heard
put
that.
something on his dead cousin?
Yeah, he
I heard
said
that.
He talked to his dead cousin, and his dead cousin said, "Well, shit, they can't come get me where I'm at. So go ahead and tell them the gun
Wait,
was mine."
talk to him in death.
That's what he said.
Oh.
That's what he said.
I'm like, wait,
That's what he
what?
said. He said, "I had a conversation with my cousin,"
Okay.
and then the lawyer was basically telling him like, "Hey, well, he's not here anymore. So if you put the gun charge on him,
Ooh, is that wrong?
See, T.I.
That's a good conversation. That's a good
T.I. is he's a sometimes can be kind of fickle with this shit, but I don't think you can snitch on a dead motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Why, if I was dead, why, if the motherfucker was still living, why the fuck would I want him to use me if he can get out of a situation?
yeah."
Yeah.
So I don't know if that can really consider that snitching. I had
Right.
seen something today where it said Boosie said he ain't doing an album with him, a collab
It was
album
like
with
9
him.
songs in or something, and they basically nixed it.
Because of that?
Because he was told T.I. like, man, what the hell? Because he was saying that his image could take a hit
Yeah.
if I'm doing this album with you, and people know me to be real.
How the fuck do you snitch on a dead person? Like, oh, they gonna go dig him up, or do this motherfucker go to jail in the afterlife or something? Like,
Right.
damn, oh shit,
He's adding to his karma.
Oh, yeah, oh,
No, he's adding to his own karma if it's a lie.
I don't know about that one. I don't know if that's snitching or not, man. I don't know about
Yeah.
that shit, man.
That's a good question.
But when you make your claim to fame off
Yeah.
one thing, and then you do anything that's not in alignment with that, it will bite you. That's why you don't want to necessarily become confined to whatever this image is. That's why people like never cancel Kanye, because every time he on some different shit, he ain't
Yeah.
He's brave enough to say it and say, hey, I thought this way last week. I don't have to be the same way this week.
Yeah.
But a lot of these rappers, they make their claim to fame off of that image. And even when they personally start to evolve and change, they can't update their music or their artistry to reflect
right,
that.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
They've already
and it's gonna catch it's gonna catch up. It's gonna catch up.
That's a good segue into something that I wanted to discuss about in this episode, and that is like the rules. Like, why are we so against the rules as a people? Like the societal rules, societal norms. I always hear people using these terms when we talk about some of the things that are questionable. Like, for instance, Jonathan Majors did that Essence cover where he's got on the pink fur and the boots, and he's doing cosplay for an anime character that I guess he admires quite a bit, but the picture looks so questionable. And one of the things that people keep saying is like, I like how he's pushing societal norms, and I'm like, well, is there a problem with societal norms? Like, are societal norms bad? Is there always necessary to push?
If you don't have norms, then you have utter chaos. It's not to say that as an individual, I shouldn't be able to,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But you still got to respect the fact that norms are there. And I think people want to get rid of, gender roles because it's a social
they
construct.
Want everything fluid,
right. The postmodernists think it's a social construct, but at the end of the day, if you don't have those norms, you end up with a bunch of confusion, and you end up with children committing suicide and ending up depressed because they don't know what the hell they are.
Right.
So those norms, people act like they don't have no utility. Let's see what happened when they ain't there no more.
Yeah.
I just want to know, when do these magazine covers and different shit allow something else on the cover that looks more masculine? I don't see masculinity through black people anymore when they're on these covers. They're naked. Even on the Sports Illustrated, they're naked and taking. What is that about?
That's what I'm saying. They're always trying to push the envelope.
That was a black magazine too.
Yeah. So there's always this drive to want to push things away from what they possibly should be. I don't even know how to use these terms anymore without being offensive to people. But so I think like if there's no rules, then you can just kind of bend things to your pleasing, and I think that's what people want to do. If you escape the rules, I'm trying to find the appropriate way to say it. Like when you talk about somebody like Kanye or somebody even like Rihanna, who I feel like when Rihanna first came into the music industry, she kind of played it by the book, like, and then she went rogue after the abuse situation. She just started to curse, dyed her hair black, started to talk about sex. Like she got real raunchy after that, and so with that, it's allowed her so much more freedom in the public to be human, I guess, in a way. Then you have somebody like Beyonce. I feel like she has way less freedom. Like she's by the book, if you really think about it. Like she came out, like she did everything. Like she got married, then she had her kids within her marriage. And then you have somebody like Rihanna who's got kids, but she's not married, or we don't know. She could be married, but they've never said they were married. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like people want to throw away the rules so they don't have to obey the rules so they can live freely. But like you said, what happens is chaos. Oh, yeah. And what we see in the world today is chaotic. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Things just like all over the place. So
So you like, okay, if I'm somebody who's single, I don't have to shit on marriage. And that's oftentimes what you see people do. Oh, well, because marriage didn't work out for me, I'm shitting on the whole concept of marriage, without taking into consideration what marriage produces in society in terms of kids who are less likely to go to prison.
All the basic rules. Like, just think about the damn 10 commandments, right? That's the first rules you probably ever heard of. Don't steal. Don't kill. Don't fornicate.
Not the 10 crack commandments, y'all. The 10.
The actual commandments. Okay, not the biggie. Not the biggie ones.
Them was hard too, though. Yeah.
But no, like, seriously, like, if people actually followed the rules, life would be easier, right? We could mostly all attest to, like, if people follow the rules, life would probably be easier.
I agree with that, and I think just being able to see the benefit in the rules existing. Right, a dude that I went to college with, he's gay, right? But even when this whole shit was coming out with basically kids being able to get sex changes before they turn 18, certain psychologists getting in trouble because they didn't affirm a child's, whatever they thought they were, they didn't affirm it. Like, that's what they want psychologists to do, not to try to figure out if there's some type of mental disorder there.
Right.
So
that's wrong.
the dude that I went to college with, he was like, man, this shit, they taking it too far.
Yeah.
So even if you gay, he still can admit when this shit is going too far.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be letting children do that. So again, it's just a matter of respecting the fucking rules and understanding why they serve a purpose.
Yeah.
And that it's motherfuckers that was hundreds of years before we came here, spent all this time trying to come up with this shit. And what you think you smarter than them? You think you can just figure out what's better for society after hundreds of years of people trial and error figuring out what works, what don't work, and then they come up with something like this. And you got the answer because you don't want to conform to the rules. It's selfish. It's bullshit, man, in my opinion. I think you got to be able to respect the fact that rules exist and understand what'll happen if they don't.
I don't care for rules that I don't make because everybody don't have to follow the same rules. Meaning that I'm not finna sit up here and they're not finna put one thing on me, but then I watch a whole nother set of people based on whatever status they have don't have to follow the same rules. Even within the law, you know what I mean? You go to court, you get two people commit the same crime. It may have different skin tones or different genders, and one person gets treated worse than the other. You know what I mean? And I can't get with rules just based off that whole little scenario because everybody don't have to follow the same fucking rules. Yeah. It's unfair. So I like to make my own rules, and I'll do this over here, and you make your rules, and you do that over there. But that's just what it is. I'm through with rules. Well,
Juan, and I agree with him because what I think he's talking about is trying to get somebody to do something through force or compulsion, and I don't agree with that.
Right.
But I still agree that they should exist.
Right.
Like meaning that, hey, if you rob somebody, you probably gonna go to jail.
Oh, morals.
That type of stuff. I had this conversation with my boy about this, and actually, it's in one of Jordan Peterson's books. He talks about order and chaos.
Okay.
And he said women represent chaos and men represent order. And then, of course, when you say that to a woman, they like, why you say I'm chaos? But it's not in a bad way because at the end of the day, I remember when I was living by myself in California. Bridget moved out, right? Because she was doing her residency there for dental school or whatever. So she moved out. All I had was one futon, man. I had a futon and an IKEA bed.
Right.
As soon as she get out there, she was like, I'm just going to buy something from a furniture store, just one thing or whatever. And then it led to another thing. Then it led, I said, what the fuck, what happened to my place? Right? But it's chaos. And then all of a sudden, she done bought so much shit that we need to buy a bigger place.
Right.
So without a woman, like you need a little bit of that chaos so that you can grow. But if you have too much order, then, you don't move anywhere.
Right.
And a society with too much order will end up, destroying itself in a society with too much chaos. So there needs to be like a perfect balance.
There has to be
both
balance.
There needs to be a balance, yeah.
And when we shift away from like rules or gender roles or whatever, when you don't have that anymore, you have that situation where it's too many chiefs and not enough Indians or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And so when it comes to like men and women especially, like we're not shapes. Like you're not a square and I'm a square too. You get what I'm saying? Because if you put two squares together, they don't stick.
Yeah.
You're a puzzle piece, I'm a puzzle piece, and you put it together and then they're stuck together. Yeah. So it has to be a complementary thing.
Complementary thing.
And so what happened was it became the equality situation. And why did this happen?
Yeah.
Because women weren't valued in the home.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Women weren't valued in the home. And so they wanted to be valued. They wanted to have some rights. I want to be able to vote. Okay. I want to be able to work if I have to work or need to work. You know what I'm saying? And the work that they were doing in the home wasn't respected.
Okay.
You know, a woman was like property.
I agree with you. So do you think, that's a good point you bring up. Because see, I can think that there's a problem. Like, let's say I work for a company and I feel like they doing me wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe I decide to boycott. Okay, I'm going to get all these other employees to get on my side. And it's like, was that the best way to handle it? Because I fuck around and try to take this solution and end up making a problem worse than what it was before.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think women, I do agree, but it's like, what did the route that they take make things better when we look back on?
Because what happened was other movements latched on to that initial movement.
And that momentum and all
and then everything just kind of, everything. Because to me, women in my opinion, should not fought to work. I would like to be paid.
Right.
So you think back like, damn,
I would like to be paid just for existing.
Yeah.
Because I can cradle babies, and this shit don't keep going. We don't push them out. So I just feel like, personally, I would have been like, I want to be respected as a homemaker. I should get paid for this job. There should be payment for this.
Right.
And, but I don't want to work work a job like a man?
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
I believe in morality. I believe in morality and natural laws and rules. Natural.
Divine.
Like divine.
Yeah.
I should be able to go to a lake and get me a cup of fucking water without having to fucking pay a water bill to get a cup of water out the fucking faucet.
Yeah.
Or a bottle of water out the store.
Or
So I believe
rainwater. That's illegal.
No, it's illegal to catch rain.
That's what I said. It's illegal.
Oh yeah, right.
To catch rainwater.
Right.
Why can't we catch rainwater?
And even in this,
No, that's
even in this
ridiculous.
state, in this climate, though, if you ever notice when it's a clear, sunny day and the skies are clear, early in the morning you just start seeing these planes just leaving these trails up and down the sky. And then if you watch long enough, you'll see these trails start to spread. And then all of a sudden the next day, the sky is just all white. You can't even fucking see the sun no more. So
I've never noticed that.
Yeah.
Because I've never paid it that much attention to look at it the day it happens and then look at the next day and see if the sky looks any different.
So even with collecting rainwater, can we even drink the rainwater at this point? They fucking spraying the sky with this bullshit. Can we even drink the fucking rainwater?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, it just shit to even think about.
Is what you're talking about.
Chemtrails.
Do you believe in chemtrails?
I don't know what the hell that is. Y'all gonna have to tell me.
Yeah, chemtrails is Prince used to talk about it all the time. It's a chemical that they spray it in the sky, and I think Bill Gates was also talking about. I think it's a tactic to actually block out the sun to stop some of the rays to getting down, to the atmosphere. Because people of our skin tone, we need the sun. We need that vitamin D from the sun. That gives us our power and our strength. And we wear sneakers, so we're not getting grounded by the ground, and because we always got on shoes, and we everything's electric, so we need that sun to charge up. And all of a sudden, the sun is always being blocked. So it's cutting out on the vitamin D.
So you're saying that the chemical they're spraying is blocking out the sun?
I believe that is blocking out the sun, because if you watch it, it can be a clear day, and then you start seeing these lines going across the sky, just back and forth, and then you'll watch the cloud, and then they'll start to even spray it. And the next day is just a fucking white sky.
I've seen it. I've never seen a white sky after this happened.
Yeah.
I can't attest to that. But I've seen the, plane go, and I've seen them leave the little trail, and I've watched the trail just dissipate. I just always assumed it was smoke coming off the plane.
Yeah, same thing I assumed.
Yeah.
I can always count on Juan to say some shit.
Yeah, man. It just,
like I never even knew. Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
shit is spreading, man, and it's always happening. Like, why? Where are they going? What direction are they even flying in? It's just going back and forth.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is they going? What are they doing? I mean, I could be wrong, but what the fuck are they doing? I heard Bill Gates said something before that they needed to block out the sun, I guess, in hopes of for global warming, to stop global warming. So he wanted to block out the sun. Dang. But why?
Bill Gates be attached to some shit.
Why?
Yeah, some good stuff too, but he also
Bill Gates got too much money. He just be
look at this
shit
doing
hands
shit.
and everything.
Look at these fucking lines. Where these fucking lines going?
Yeah, right now the audience, we're looking at something on Juan's phone where he's showing me the lines.
Look at these fucking lines.
I never noticed.
Look at all these fucking lines.
Now
I'm gonna be looking up every morning at
Right.
the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a goddamn chemtrail.
Wow.
Shit just spreading out. If you can see, look at that, man. That shit spread. Man, come on. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then it's like, what can you even do about it?
It's nothing you can do. Even with let's switch to what's really going on. What the fuck is up with these fucking UFO sightings or whatever the fuck that's supposed to be?
Oh, the thing that they shot down in Canada that was supposed to be the China ball, the surveillance thing. I saw that. Yeah.
You hear about the one they shot down that was about the size of a car?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
They're not really giving us a lot of information. about
right.
it. So for me right now, I'm like, I'm not even about to worry about it because shit, I can't go see it.
Yeah.
You know, so I just gotta wait for the information to come out. But I'm just kind of curious when they're gonna have a discussion about what they're shooting down.
Yeah,
Can we know something?
I kind of take that approach too, trying to find that balance between being aware of something but not being so consumed.
Exactly.
You know, because it's like, okay, well, whatever it is, we're going to find out over time, maybe, or hopefully. But it's like I still try to be present, because if you think about that shit too much, it'll stress you out.
Yeah, that pre-predictive programming. You know what I'm saying? The problem with them shooting this shit down and not talking about it, if it's really even happening. You know what I'm saying? It could just be made up. But if it's really even happening, now they can just see how people react to it, and then now they can just tell us what they want to tell us in the future.
I think it's all a social
That's a good point.
experiment,
Yeah.
most of it.
That's a good point.
I think most of the things that happen are social experiments.
Right.
Because think about it, you have social media where you can literally know what everybody's thinking. It's like being God.
Yeah. Right.
So you can put things out and then you can immediately go online and see what everybody's got to say about it from everywhere.
No,
You know,
social
all
media,
around the world.
If people talk about society headed towards this surveillance state or whatever, social media is the thing that, that's what scares me about it. It's a lot of benefits to social media, but obviously there are some things that terrify you for sure.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's like that balloon, because I believe they showed something like had like some type of satellite or something at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe that maybe back 50 years ago, they maybe put some satellites up out in the outer atmosphere, and maybe these things are starting to fall now. Like maybe they're running out of whatever was holding them up, whatever helium or whatever special gas or whatever it takes. Maybe they're causing them to drop now. Instead of them just saying that, maybe they're just trying to cover it up. That's just a thought I had in my mind.
No,
you know
that's a good theory.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
I haven't even. Yeah, shit. I ain't. Man, y'all caught me off guard with that. I ain't even thought about that one. But I'm gonna think about it now when I go home. Yeah. What you think? Or you want to switch to the next topic? No.
Like I said, I can't worry about it. Like,
You don't think it's like ET or something getting ready to come?
I mean, I don't know. I welcome it though because, you know, we need some more men. It means new niggas is coming. No, I'm just playing.
Crazy. A new species of men, because I don't like these niggas out here.
Oh, yeah, no,
These niggas want to go Dutch on everything.
Right. So that it gives me hope. Maybe there's some new
These
brand
niggas
of
don't
dudes coming.
wanna ask
and
you
they're gonna
out.
be way better than the ones that we got left.
They
No.
don't follow.
I made a post about that alien pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Oh God.
if they come down here, you know what I mean? I might have to just experiment and see what's going on.
Like, take me.
I might.
Yeah.
Take me out of this world, baby.
Well. All right. So, question: are men the prize?
I'm trying to see, because I know when you ask some shit like this,
I'm absolutely the prize. I'm absolutely the prize.
You mean if you had to choose who's the prize in the oh damn, hold on, let me think about this. No, why can't I just give you the diplomatic?
Men are the prize. It depends on who the man is, though. You know what I mean? Because
that's a good point.
Yeah, it depends on who the man is. You're not the prize just because you're a man. You're the prize based off the effort and work and the integrity and the morals that you have as a person.
Yeah,
that's what make you a prize, not just for the pure existence of being a man. Like, you just don't.
So if a man and a woman are in a situation of dating situation, they both have those same attributes. Who's the prize in the scenario?
Same attributes as far as
both of them have the same qualities. Like you just said, what makes a person a prize? They both have them.
Well, I don't think that a man and a woman should have the same attributes.
They have the same importance, though.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, then it can be equally a prize.
So you think a man could be a prize if he works hard, if he's got the values, or what you mentioned,
right?
And then, so you don't feel like, because a narrative that's being pushed now is like men are the prize that women got to be working for, basically.
No, this is okay. Go ahead, Juan.
No, the thing. I think that whole theory came from the fact that women have always been told that they were the prize for doing absolutely nothing, but just existing. Oh, you need a man need to come and get you. A man need to come get you. You know, just because you are you, even though they take no efforts in trying to figure out what a man wants, or even try to impress the man. They don't even try to change to even do anything. Just okay, I have a pussy, I'm the prize. No, I think that's ridiculous. And vice versa with a man. If a man just come and he has a big dick, oh, he has a big dick, I can fuck all the bitches. That don't make you a prize, man. You got to be able to be a protector, a provider. You know, you got to have strength. You got to have masculinity. You know, you got to be willing to do whatever it takes to make sure your family is good.
Yeah, so I like what Juan's saying. I think you got to earn it. I don't think you just a prize off rip. I think you got to earn it. I think you got to work for it. And I think the problem with society is that they think that they're valuable just for existing. And to some degree, that's true. I don't want nothing to happen.
Oh,
to a
right.
person. You get what I'm trying to say? But you got to
Right.
earn your shit at the end of the day. And if you ain't doing shit, and if you ain't adding value to the household, if you're not, doing the things that's required of a man or a woman to keep that whole thing going, then why should you be the prize? Like, and I'm not the most religious person, but I know, like, when God created Adam, he didn't create Eve right away. He gave him dominion over stuff.
Yeah.
Name the animals and
Right.
tend to the garden and this, that, and the third. And then once he created the woman was supposed to nourish everything. So a man builds and a woman multiplies.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if they both doing what they supposed to be doing, and that don't mean that there's
That
not
divine order and balance.
Yeah, and it don't mean
Everybody
they
want to reject today.
Right. But sometimes, like I said, the dude might have to be the nurturer. Sometimes the woman might have whatever. Sometimes we might get a little in our feelings. Something might happen. Like I seen one time back in the day when my mama and my stepdad, they was in the line at some bank or whatever. And this dude said something to my mom. He disrespected my mama in the other car. And my stepfather got out the car, went up to and just started punching through the window. But my mama had to come and calm him down.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not disagreeing with what he did, but sometimes the woman takes the more level-headed and logical position.
Yeah.
It's not always, you know what I'm saying? It's like they make it seem like a man has to be all masculine. He's going to have some feminine characteristics too at times. It don't say that you got to be all fucking masculine.
So you feel like his approach to doing a fight was feminine? He was being emotional?
Here's the thing. I think it can be. If you lose your cool and you fuck around and go to prison for however many years, what if you would have killed the guy? Right. So a man is supposed to be in control. Like, it's not, you supposed to be dangerous, but you supposed to be in control of the shit. Right. So it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Like, that's the saying. Because if you're a warrior in a garden, then hell, you can appreciate the beautiful flowers and shit like that. But if something pop off, you ready. But if you a gardener in a war, you can't do shit when it go down. So you're supposed to be dangerous, but you got to have voluntary control over your ability to inflict harm or danger on somebody.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the difference between an emotional dude, somebody from the hood who ain't had a daddy around, and they quick to shoot somebody, and a real man who got control over that shit. So I went somewhere else, but you get my point. I think you got to earn it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
I believe that, the balance is definitely important. You got to have balance. And like I said before, energy is just energy. So when I was talking to you earlier about, these gender roles, I don't even now, before you say gender fluid, whatever, I still don't even know what the fuck that mean. But now I'm realizing that it's just based off the energy and programming, because like Dave was saying, like a guy can be more feminine and the woman can be more strong, but it's still that balance is still
gotta respect that. Yeah.
It's still there. So I think the balance creates the perfect situation that both parties can be a prize to each other.
You know what's so crazy though? It's like the more masculine women don't really like the feminine man though.
No, they don't.
They
at
really
all.
think they want a masculine guy, but it's like you really can't offer him anything,
right?
Because y'all are gonna bump heads.
Well, and then the other thing to that is that, like Juan said, a man can have more feminine traits.
Yes.
If the woman got more masculine traits, then that balance can work. But it's certain shit he gonna have to be masculine on.
Right.
Like, and it's certain shit it's certain things that he can't do. When it come to breastfeeding that kid and getting that's her. But when it comes to actually somebody trying to break in the house, I'm not looking for my woman to be masculine in that case. Because we got a much better chance because of our biologically. I'm physically stronger than her, so I'm supposed to So it's just certain shit that I don't think we can compromise on with respect to roles, right?
No, we can't. But it's like continually happening. And then like, even in the dating world, like for me, I was just thinking the other day, like, man, I don't think I'm cut out for this dating world right now, just because it's like, to me, the men today, I don't feel like men are the prize. Like people will use that term prize, but I think that men are in a privileged position, being that, especially if he got anything going on, he got a good career, you know what I'm saying, he's handsome, he's in a very privileged position in life. And so trying to have a relationship with these types of men, which are what you would basically feel like are the men that's on your level. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I have a career and I have these things too, right? So
it should be a good match,
exactly.
right?
But because they are so privileged, and because there are so many women out here that are looking, they just kind of like chilling, and like they're not really putting forth the effort. And it's like, I'm not about to chase a man. Like, I'm going to get 30 numbers a weekend if I go out. But then the effort just be so lax. And I just be like, what is this? Like, I'm not about to be texting you good morning or doing all the work. So I just, and then they'll pop up on me like, what happened to you, stranger? It's like, and I feel like them initiating, to them, they feel like they've done their job.
Yeah.
Like, I put it out there, like, okay, show me what you got, because it's women that'll do it.
You bring up something really good. I was looking at something the other day where it said over the past 30 years, every state, except for Montana, the marriage rate has went down. It's like the amount of people that are married per thousand.
And they're saying that this generation is like the least likely to marry.
You know,
like it's just a real thing. And I feel like I look at men today and I'm like, they like the person at a job that don't need a job. Like they don't have no value in the dating world. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really care. They just kind of show up and then
I had my homeboy,
whatever.
I'm going to let Juan tell, but this is a real quick one. My homeboy basically said, well, man, why should I get married when the system is kind of rigged against me, and then she can end up taking this and that and all. So some single men are more worried about that. I hear a lot of men in Atlanta talking about stuff like that, because I think the ratio like 20-1 girls to guys there. And they're like, why should I get married? I want to keep my money. So some people look at it like that too.
They want to keep their money. They want to date multiple women instead of settling down. They don't really respect or admire what it is to be committed or married. Like they don't really value that, because a lot of us have seen it sour. We've seen it collapse. We've seen it not work. We've seen it not work, especially not to a man's benefit. You get what I'm saying? So, and I get that, but it's just kind of like, I'm just like.
That's a good point, Red. That's a good point.
We're living in the Kevin Samuels world. The man did his mission and he did his job. He woke us up. Before we grew up and we was taught that the woman was the prize, we didn't have really much value. We have to do everything for the woman. Okay. And that's great. When women were acting and being feminine, acting like women. So now you get to this point where now we got this battle of masculinity from both genders. And I know I said this before, women pretend. I mean, I know being a woman being masculine is a defense mechanism, but she only wants to be masculine until she really comes across that masculine man. So even if she has a more feminine counterpart, and she's in the room and he's in the room with another masculine man, she want to suck that masculine man dick low key. Because the energy and what he does really outweighs and shows how the lack of the partner that she has. So this is what's going on. So you want to have a lot of masculine, because when I was dating and fucking around, I fucked around with a lot of masculine women, right? And they only worked sexually, but it wasn't. It was fighting. Just like if I came into a room with another masculine man and we couldn't get along, we go box.
It's a boxing match. I got you.
But with a woman, you can't fight her physically, so now you got to beat her pussy up to win the fight. And if you don't, and she's gonna fuck you back, and you might lose that fight too. That masculine man might lose that fight to that masculine woman in that bedroom.
Like masculine women in life are usually feminine in the bedroom because most men will say she's only feminine in the bedroom. This is the only time she listened to me is in the bedroom. So I feel like
because she ain't talking.
I can feel what you're saying, but I feel like more masculine type women are more feminine. That's their time.
Red is describing her.
But what I'm saying is they're getting along at that point. So they're very happy at that point because they're both getting along because of the physical aspects. But as soon as the sex is over, they can't even have a conversation because now it's back to the arguing. An hour, 2 hours after the sex.
I don't know if I would consider myself as being masculine.
Wait, when you said it sounded real personal. I'm just saying.
It was a guy. It was
don't take that internally now.
I asked that question on Facebook before, and a guy responded that was an actual ex of mine. He's like, "You're feminine, but there's like a masculine patch."
Yeah. Right.
It's like a patch.
I think so. I think there's a little bit of that.
It's like a little masculine patch. So from the masculine patch side of me, I'm just going to say like, yeah, the bedroom is the feminine area. Right. That's the area where I will probably be the softest and the most cognizant if I'm listening and doing everything right like I'm supposed to.
Right.
But afterwards, I'm going to be good for like a week.
Yeah, a few days. Women typically be good for a few days.
A week or, a few days after that before I might start tripping about something else.
Right.
But, for me, a lot of it was just like wanting shit to go my way. And that's something I have, I've had a lot of, I won't say I've been isolated, but I have a lot of moments alone. Mm-hmm. And so, I take these moments alone to kind of like dissect myself. And what I realize is just like I'm a super emotional person, emotional, super sensitive. And being super emotional and super sensitive, you can tend to move through life in that place.
Wait, you said you super
sensitive?
Yeah.
So emotional and sensitive. And so you can move through life in that space where I don't think I ever really set to do anything with any sort of intention.
Right.
My intention has never been to hurt anybody, though. But my intention has always been to do what kind of like feels good to me because that's being emotional. You're emotional. You want to do things that feel good.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so you can get with the person who's saying the things that you want to hear and, things like that. And so
I can understand. You probably are super sensitive. Here's the thing. I'm your friend, right? So I've never been exposed to you in that type of way.
Right.
But you seem guarded to me sometimes, right? But underneath that is really like you ain't trying to get hurt because you really do be feeling that pain whenever it happens, right? You take that on. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's you gonna have to work to get through that exterior.
So that layer.
Yeah.
That guard.
Yeah.
The brick wall.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy is like I never really see myself as guarded. I see myself as maybe mysterious, but not guarded.
Okay.
And so to me, it's easy to get to me or to get to know me or get me to open up. You just have to know how to do it.
Right.
But a guarded person is like, they don't want you to do it. They don't want to feel close. It's like, I want to feel all the feels.
Right.
That's the best thing to me. But it's just kind of like, you just got to know how to get in and do it.
That sounds like just taking a random key and sticking it in the lock and trying to you just can easily unlock it.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to be able to lock a door with just a bunch. If you got just a bunch of keys, you keep trying to
going through each key.
But I think too, like with me, a lot of men just aren't attentive because I get boxed in so much. It's unbelievable. I meet people and they feel like they know who I am just because what I look like.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying?
And it's
so
a
they've
lot of layers there.
already
Yeah,
got all
yeah.
these preconceived notions, and they talking to me like I'm just some regular ass bitch, and I'm like,
Damn.
you not hitting on
There's
nothing.
a lot of intellect here.
You know, so
yeah.
to them, I'm guarded.
Right.
Because they're so surface.
Yeah. Ooh.
You know what though? A lot of
it's
things
like,
on that point though. You making it's like a lot of women go for the surface attention these days.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not, that's not unusual for them to use that approach.
No.
Because even you go to certain situations, if you get real deep with a person, then they looking at you like, damn, why is this motherfucker doing this? So why he saying this? Oh, this person don't care about me. Why he talking like this? And they actually most women will go for that surface approach. Oh, I just want to be married. Oh, you so nice looking. Oh, good morning. I want to take you out to lunch. And then that motherfucker will fuck. And then he gone. I know a motherfucking person. I know a fucking girl who had a dude who she met, and I was telling about it. I was rooting for her, like, yeah, you sound like a good guy, because I don't know why women just hype these dudes up so fast. It's only been 2 weeks. Relax.
Yeah.
Give him a chance to prove himself.
Right.
Oh no. Oh, he does this. He's done that.
Or give him a chance to fuck up.
Or give him a chance to fuck up something. That motherfucking girl got mad at him. She don't even talk to me no more. Talking about some, all men ain't shit. I'm your fucking friend.
Damn.
What kind of shit is that?
Guilty by
Yeah.
association.
Guilty by. All dicks are the same. But no, for real though. It was. I just find that crazy though, man. Like, you don't want the surface approach, but then you don't want the deep shit either.
I don't know who you talking about. Not me.
No. I'm talking about. No.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, y'all, Red got her fist balled up and it's getting ready to go down.
Is that masculine patch?
Nah.
That patch.
Hell no. But I was talking to this. She said this to me earlier today. Like, the guy she was talking to did something, and I told her, I told you to take your time with him, because a lot of people share their feelings and share their situations with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but then got mad at me because I told her the truth.
Right.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah. I'll lose a friend quick because I rather risk losing you if it means telling you the truth than to lie to you in order to keep you. I'm not doing that.
Would you ever just shut up?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Wait, what?
No, that's a really
No,
good.
I'm just saying, because sometimes the answer is just like, don't say shit, because I'm like being truthful. Like, sometimes you have friends and they can't handle certain things, but I'm gonna just shut the fuck up rather than argue about it.
You're absolutely right.
Because
Yeah.
I know that this is a trigger for you. You really can't handle this conversation, so I'm gonna just let it go
They say
in the honor of our friendship.
the two hallmarks of a good. No, you bring up a good point, because I had a conversation with my friend today, and I asked her. I said, "Do you want the real truth? Do you want the filtered truth, or do you want me to not say anything?"
Yeah.
I always ask that question first. They say the two hallmarks of a friend is, number one, if you tell them bad news, they won't make you feel stupid. They won't make you feel like you're an idiot. They won't they won't get in the way of your suffering. They might suffer alongside of you, actually, and they won't talk about something worse that happened to them. Right. So again, I try to make sure that by being a friend, I'm being very careful not to give unsolicited advice, because you might want me to just listen. But at the end of the day, at some point, I'm going, like, I'm not that friend that's just going to listen 5 conversations in a row. I ain't got the time.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you something at some point.
Right.
At some point.
Yeah.
It's got to be like, looky here.
I'm the hard friend, man. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You'll get mad at me. Everybody gets fucking mad at me. I'm just that guy. I just gotta say it. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is.
I feel like
if you
just got to know your audience.
I got a 3 conversation threshold.
Yeah. It's just know your audience for me, but
I'm hard on
I try to give people what I feel like they need. If I care about them, if I love them, they're my friend. I don't use the term loosely to say that somebody's my friend. So it's like, you're my friend. I care about you. I love you. I want to make sure I'm being supportive in the way that you need. So, you know, that's how I look at it. But sometimes that can backfire. I think we had this conversation before because you don't say things a person will think that you kind of standing with them on something.
Yeah.
Right.
And they might get misconstrued who you are because you kind of biting your tongue
Oh, my
because you're
God.
trying to keep
Yeah, that's
things
gonna backfire
peaceful.
on you.
Yeah. So then that could be a thing because
by me being silent, you think I'm agreeing with you. And then
Exactly.
later on when I call you stupid, you're going to be like, well, you didn't say this.
or I say it in a separate conversation. You like, well, you ain't say that with it. And you like, well,
I told you not to date that nigga. Like,
yeah,
damn, I should
yeah.
have said, yeah,
So,
right. So I like the fact that Juan said, no, I'm going to say something now.
Yeah.
Because once he fuck you over, and then I tell you what I think, you going to be looking at me like, nigga, why you ain't tell me this shit?
Right.
And see
But
what
she wasn't gonna listen anyways. But
That might be my toxic. That might be my toxic trait though.
what?
Just just being tough love. I got like tough love, right? So that might be my toxic trait because I be right a lot of the time, and maybe something sickly in my subconscious mind be wanting to, when person come back and say, you know what, you was right, and I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry that happened, but deep down in my mind, I'm like, thank you.
That's an honest moment. Me and you have had moments, very contentious moments, but I feel like that needed to happen because I need to know what those boundaries are.
Yeah.
And you know, I done tested them, and you like, nigga, I didn't ask your opinion on this post. Shit.
God damn.
I just comment on a post. You like, nigga, I didn't ask your opinion. I'm like, okay, now I know how to. You know what I'm saying?
There's
I don't
that
even take
patch,
it personally.
that
I know
patch
how
just
to.
keeps
Yeah, I know how to
going
make adjustments. You know, but so yeah.
That shit funny.
Oh, Red done. If you look at some of the DMs, man, you would. Hey, shit, it might have to be some charges brought up against Red the way she done did me, man.
Ooh, shit. We might have to put that might be a whole nother podcast right there. Had to bring in the transcripts.
And you know what she don't even say. Because usually Red got a rebuttal real quick. So she ain't said nothing in
Over
defense
here
of
like-
that. Yeah.
Oh, she over there applied that Leo energy. Yeah. I had to bring the transcripts in. One time I was getting I got in trouble at work and they had I had said some shit on Facebook. I deleted it and I got in. They had me in like in one of these round tables and shit. And they had the transcripts from Facebook. Like, you said this. They had the shit on paper. And I'm like, I just looked down at it like,
You can't even deny that yet.
I didn't agree, but I was like, we got to bring the transcripts up in here.
No, don't bring no trans.
But back to the conversation about the whole marriage rate. I do think that I see, man, and I really do think that this is affecting or going to affect society because again, I always think about kids.
Yeah.
Dave, marriage does not benefit, the contract of marriage does not benefit men. So that's why the guys are not getting married. We just got to rewrite the contract. Now, I get it.
What about the contract doesn't benefit men?
Monogamy.
Oh shit.
Guys do not want to be monogamous. They will do it. I mean, at a certain age, maybe they get to that point where they're settled. But even at a young age, they don't really want to be monogamous. Even if they agree to do it, they don't want to be that. And they have to put their whole life on the line saying that they're monogamous and they're going to be faithful. And this is where the problem is coming in at. We need to get something in the contract to say, okay, I get one hall pass a month or every 6 months.
You do
it got to be something.
realize everybody's marriage isn't the same. So some people have communication with their partners where they're not monogamous, where they are allowed to do things in a different way.
But if you get married, yeah, I mean,
that's not the contract. It's you can make your vows your contract.
I thought it was the 10 commandments. You can't commit adultery. That ain't the real fucking contract.
Adultery. What is adultery? Adultery.
It's cheating on your spouse.
It's not cheating if you're allowed.
Okay, fellas, we can get
Would it
married
be
now.
cheating if you're allowed? If I get married with my husband and we have communication,
but that's you and your-
we say
So
we are gonna be okay with certain things, then right.
So that's the thing. So this is what I always say to my friends. Like, you know, Juan said he has female friends that he gives advice to, this, that, and the third, right? My friends go all in too, right? And they just be putting this person up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, men always want women to submit to them. But nigga, who are you submitting to?
Right.
Because I'm not about to be just following you, right?
Say it again.
So no,
Say it again.
So
who are you submitting to, men?
Yeah, because I got to know who you being led by. Because if we just being if you guide, then we gonna go right off a cliff, right? So what I'm saying is that are these rules man rules, or are these rules coming from something more transcendental? Are they coming from God? So what rules are you following? And if I'm not saying everybody got to believe in God like I do, but that's the rules I'm following. I'm not creating some rules for me and Bridget on a whim.
Yeah.
Because she follows me, I got to be following somebody else. That's the hierarchy.
Yes.
Right.
God, man, woman, children.
Right.
So I don't that poly shit.
That divine order.
Yeah, that's my reason for wanting to be monogamous. Yeah,
you value marriage because
I value what it can bring me. At the end of the day, even if me and my wife got divorced, God forbid, but if that happened, I wouldn't be out here in these streets that long because I know what's out there.
Right.
Not only that, I got kids to raise.
Yeah.
Right. And my son is only going to learn how to be the man he's supposed to be through seeing me demonstrate it.
Exactly.
Not me telling him something. So he has to see how I treat women.
Yes.
Even how I treat his mother if me and her are no longer together.
Exactly.
So we do a lot of shit and we make it about us. And it's a very hedonistic way to approach life.
Absolutely.
Rather than doing what's in the best interest of your family and not even in the best interest of your family, but society as a whole. Like we have more of an obligation to things outside of us than just doing what we feel we want to do.
Exactly.
That goes back to your conversation about rules.
Yes.
And it's not to say that people can't break them.
Right.
But if all of society decides to break the rules, then where does that put society?
Exactly.
So at least a big chunk, if not the bulk of society, should be following some sort of order. And they might fail. They're going to fail.
Yeah.
But at least respect the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Because once you get to the point where
all I know,
to learn how to break them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like you learn how to cook. I ain't know how to cook for a long time. Then I started following a recipe. Yeah. And the recipes taught me how to cook. Now I don't ever need a recipe. I can just get in the kitchen and whip something up. So sometimes you need the rules.
All I know is I've been watching BMF, and Charles became a better man when he stepped out with that woman on the side. Now he took his woman. His woman ain't been on a date. I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, in the next episode, those drywall lines is in the background. The house go be painted. If you keep getting that outside pussy, it's go be painted. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? You got to do what makes you happy. Now I understand.
Hedonistic, like you said. Selfish.
I understand. I understand
Yeah.
that cheating is a big part of a relationship. No in a relationship, but it's more to relationships than the whole cheating. You can still be a great fucking guy, a great man to your family and to your kids if you fuck the bitch every once in a while.
Juan, I agree with Juan.
You could still be that.
The only thing that I would say is that once you start accepting that as not being wrong,
yeah,
I could cheat today, I could cheat next week, but the minute I buy into the fact that what I'm doing is actually normal because I don't want to adhere to these things that I agree to, I think that becomes the problem.
That becomes
I don't mind fucking up, but it's like once I start thinking, oh, okay, this is cool, in order to sort of rid myself of this guilt, because that's what a lot of men do.
Yeah.
Or women, for that matter.
It's not even natural to be monogamous. Okay, well,
because they don't want to feel guilty.
You said you wanted to do it, though.
Okay.
So why you do it?
I get it, but again, then we fall back to the situation, right? Back in the day when the Bible was written, all these miracles was happening, right? The Red Sea was parting. Spread it, for they can walk through. All these different miracles was happening. Crack the sky open. Show us some of these miracles, and I guarantee you, everybody will fall in line. We need an update. We need a new download. Mm-hmm. Your iPhone get updated. We need some new information so we can see that these rules is it. I mean, you telling me to trust something that I've never witnessed, for one, and nobody alive can actually show me that any of this happened. You just keep giving me a book. We already know after 3 generations, the narrative of history can be whatever it is. So 300 years from now, the Black Panther movement is gonna be the nigga off Disney, the Disney Wakanda Forever. It's not gonna be the real Black Panther movement. So it's just whatever they want to keep to spread to push and spread on. So shit's been manipulated so much, and until God comes to me and say, "Hey, yo, nigga, it's me. I'm here in the I'm here, not in the flesh, and here in the spirit. This is what you need to do." He could just come in here right now while we doing this podcast, and say, "This is what you need to do." Blah blah blah. I guarantee you, I will follow all the rules from there on out.
Everybody would.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Ray.
No,
No, that so.
So why make it so hard?
I was listening to
because it's about faith and it's
Well,
about,
see,
understand
that's
that.
what makes life
Yeah.
an adventure.
Right.
You know, when we was younger and we played Sega Genesis and
Imagination
Nintendo,
and faith.
If we played we used to play these games on. They had something called God mode where it gave you all the powers.
Right.
Okay. Shit wasn't fun no more.
Right.
So there's something about knowing that you can die, knowing that you can lose, knowing that you can fail, knowing
Right.
that you can get divorced, knowing that your woman can
Exactly.
leave you and take half.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is that nobody don't want to risk nothing no more.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if I'm going to commit to some shit, I'm going to be all in.
Yeah.
But men don't, or women, they don't want to get into something unless they know this, that, and the third is going to be the case.
Exactly.
And it prevents them
They
from
want
even...
the cheat code.
Exactly.
Up, down, down, left, right, BS,
Exactly.
like start.
Like how does
Oh, you play Contra.
For sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
Remember you got Contra, you got them 30 lives, you beat the game the first time around. You ain't want to play as much no more.
Knowing that you can risk
Yeah.
something. My father-in-law told me this, man, and he, 60-something years old now, right? And he said, at the end of the day, I could never, do this to my wife because, not necessarily because it would hurt her.
Yeah.
He said, because I know how my kids.
Yeah.
He said, at the end of the day, if me and her was to get divorced, it ain't going to be me.
Yeah.
Because, my wife, her twin sister,
Yeah.
and that's his heart. He said that can't be. And you see what, like, the comedian Gary Owens going through. His daughter still ain't talked to him since him and his wife had that whole fall.
We don't leave though. Men, we don't leave. No matter what goes on, we always stay majority of the time. The woman leaves because in that contract is beneficial for her that she can leave and she can go off and she can just start over.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
I
definitely
agree with
true.
you.
Yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with
So
you.
they come into the situation based off all these majority of relationships. They come into the situation based off what they can gain and what's best in their interest, because they always say a man has to change. They never have to change.
Damn, yeah.
So that's why the marriage rate, divorce rate is so high, because they can just
That's the other
leave,
side of the
start
coin.
over.
Yeah.
They can go somewhere else and get a new motherfucker. It's always a young motherfucker who want to knock off a hot mature woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's benefits them in the long run, because now they can instill those rules that they couldn't get the other guy to confine in or commit to, and instill it into the next guy
Juan,
with his money. With his money.
Or
He hit
try
him.
to.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened with a lot of women
Yeah.
too, is that you keep leaving
Yeah.
for the same thing.
For the same thing.
well, that's the person who initiates divorces the most is obviously women, right?
Yeah.
But you going back to your point, Red, where you talked about women not feeling valued back in the day, and then the whole feminist movement comes. Now women have independence. Black women being the most highly educated, shit out of men, and white women and Asian, they the most high, educated or whatever. So now you got this, and along with that, like Juan said, it came more mobility. Right. So back in the day, motherfuckers had to stay together, because it's like, well, shit, you paying all the bills. Even if you do cheat, I just can't leave like that.
Right.
We got to stay together. But with more mobility and freedom, I think that's partly what caused the divorce rate to skyrocket, or the marriage rate to plummet.
in social media.
Yeah.
Do you
And social
know
media.
that there
Yeah.
are more married black men than black women? Black men are out.
You talking about with the white women and stuff because they married with others?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's like 500,000 more married black men than black women.
Oh, I got something to say about this too.
Right.
So have you guys heard about this passport bros?
I've been hearing about it.
Have you heard? Okay, I gotta read this 'cause it's funny.
I've been hearing about it.
I went on Urban Dictionary because they have a name for everything they were doing. So passport bros, men who understand that Western women have drunk the Kool-Aid past the point of
Yes.
no return and got their passports to enjoy happiness and peace with fit, friendly foreign women.
Yes.
And the Lord said, God bless the passport bros, for they have avoided thy wickedest American women and achieved nirvana with feminine foreign women, restoring the natural
Right.
balance between feminine and masculine, and breeding out, leaving in the dust thy wicked Western
Damn.
shaman.
So they can get a fine woman overseas and get her
Right.
green card, bring her back. Okay, I got it.
I mean, women
That's
been doing that
something
too, though.
that's been happening. But it's a whole movement, the passport
Right.
bros movement. And so they're on Twitter like, get your passport, bro. I'm telling you. Is it?
Yeah.
So they get like somebody from like the Philippines. They're not
Right.
going to like Ethiopia. They're not getting, they say it's about,
Right.
but they going to get a specific brand.
Right. Right. Right.
You know what? So to me, this is a huge problem, because I was talking to my friend, And again, she's single, and she was like, man, I just wish I had, I want a man, this, that, and the third. And she's on these dating sites. She said, but the man got to be black, Dave. He got to be black, and he can't dance to Beyonce. Okay, this is the same person. I said, well, goddamn.
I mean, but if you like it, you can put a ring on it, though.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But
Hey, that's dad jokes. I'm just being corny. Go ahead, Dave.
But women are loyal to a fault. Y'all be ready to jump off the cliff for some niggas who ain't thinking about, like, why? If I'm a single person and I aspire to be married and have kids because this person I'm talking about doesn't have kids, then why wouldn't I open the market up to other races? Because black men, you best believe if listen.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like I said, 500,000 more married. So they're not married to black women. And then you have this whole movement of men wanting to go overseas. And
hey, listen up, black women. Open up the market.
I mean, that lets you know that they do want to get married.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the only thing that's missing is the feminine energy. I'm telling you, that feminine energy is a motherfucker. It can break down the strongest, toughest, masculine motherfucker, man. I had a girl tell me before, you don't do nothing but always come around here for sex. And I'm like, you don't cook. When that old saying you say the stomach is the fastest way to a man's heart.
Yeah.
If you want to have somebody, you want to have a man's attention, he has to eat. Cook him something. You know what I mean? Oh, he works a lot. He works a lot. Offer him a massage, a foot massage or something. Do something else outside of just proposition and sex, and maybe I can actually talk about something and build a different type of connection.
What Juan is talking about is, again, I'm going back to the 2-parent household.
It's nurturing
because you got to be able to see it being demonstrated between both parents.
Facts.
Right.
And kids do better when it's being done between both biological parents. Not just like, it's just what it is. That's where the bulk of the data lies. So that's the reason why I think that's why I strive for monogamy, not because I'm just trying to be some simp ass nigga and conform. But I feel like if my energy is going towards building with my wife, then that helps our rapport. And if it helps our rapport, then our kids see something and then they grow up and whatever it is they're exhibiting in the relationships that they have as adults, it's the norm.
It's
normal to them.
It's a proper programming that you instilling in your kids.
To see that your mama being feminine, like Juan talked about, to see that the dad leading and shit like that. Like they gotta see it. You can't just tell them.
Yeah.
And then once they become an adult and they figure it out, it's still gonna be hard for them to break those habits.
So back to the situation with BMF Charles, right? BMF is my dog Charles. But back to the situation with him. Once he started cheating with that woman, the side chick, the whole whatever y'all call them, right? She nurtures the situation because she knows
that's true.
What's going on. So she's not going to argue. She's not going to nag. She's only going to provide.
But she also has the upper hand because she knows what's going on.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is,
she got the easy job.
But what I'm saying is,
deal with this nigga
but what I'm saying is,
day in and day out,
only lasting 10 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, even with those 10 seconds, right? He came. It only took 10 seconds for him to come home and be nicer to his wife. Because he is not getting that nurturing energy from that situation.
His wife work at Wendy's and they always about to lose their house.
I understand that.
He's the man of that house.
I understand that.
So
you talked about that.
I understand that.
So why is she in this situation of struggling with him?
That's it. It's getting interesting, y'all.
So now we go get to the point where outside of BMF, I know women who get everything done for them, taken care of, every bill, everything done, and they still complain, nag, and do all that bullshit.
But that's not this situation. Now you taking it out this situation to make a separate point.
What I'm trying to tell you is,
so we talking about this nigga Charles.
I love it.
I understand.
This hoe ass nigga Charles is just a hoe ass nigga.
But now she down at the restaurant. With her finest rag, we say put your finest rags on, and they down there, and she down there smiling and happy now.
What I'm saying is like you trying to sell it like this, like it's like this great situation, but it's not.
I'm saying
because you cheating on your wife.
No. What I'm saying is the
And
nurturing
then-
energy from the cheating situation.
But the nurturing energy comes from somebody who's an outsider. It's easy for me to come in your situation if you stress, and I know you stress from
Right.
your woman and your family and everything
Right.
going on, to come and rub your back and say everything
Not
gonna
to
be
mention
okay.
your kids are selling
but
drugs.
when
and stuff.
I'm not living in that house with the
Right.
kids selling drugs and the house being in foreclosure, and I got to
Right.
work all these hours at Wendy's flipping burgers,
Right.
and then come home to your complaining ass.
you still got to be nurturing.
How is she not nurturing?
You still got to do it.
Oh, she wasn't giving them no booty though.
Well, she was tired.
That's true.
You still gotta do it.
Gotta work like a dog.
You took vows for
Well,
richer,
your
for
woman
poor,
gotta work
for sickness,
like a
and for
dog,
health,
though.
right?
But when
They're
your
religious
woman gotta
people.
work like a dog, though, she
They
can't
were-
be tired.
they
so you
are
telling
religious
me,
people.
Snoop Dogg the pastor, so I don't know.
You
how.
telling me your woman working like a dog at Wendy's? That means she get cussed out every day.
Okay. So she better still be
She's
nice.
supposed to come home and be in the mood.
She better
to
still
have
be
sex.
nice until we get over this.
Damn.
For richer or for
That's
poor.
a good one,
Well,
y'all.
she
For
ain't-
sickness
she
or
ain't
health.
leaving.
To death do us
She ain't
part.
leaving, but she's
not happy.
tired.
Yeah.
She's tired.
Okay.
A bitch got a right to be fucking
Well,
tired.
I mean,
Like if I'm married, I'm not working 2 goddamn jobs anymore because I know I couldn't be a good wife working 2 jobs.
I planted
So
big.
I
I planted big
wouldn't
meats and
marry-
Southwest tea in your pussy, and they was getting that money. All she had to do was just take some of the money and have a more comfortable
He
life.
didn't want to take the money.
Juan
Charles
joking.
didn't. Charles didn't.
She-
So back to what I was saying. If I'm working, I'm not going to be married to somebody and have to work like I work now because I couldn't be a good wife under them circumstances.
She got to be resourceful.
So
She got to be resourceful.
just forget it.
No, I know that was a good point,
I'm
though.
saying.
That
I
was a
mean,
good point that you
if
made,
Charles,
man.
if Charles not taking the money, she got to be resourceful and do it behind his back for the betterment of the family.
So that's right, to take the money behind your husband's back. That's being a good
For your
wife.
son?
And,
Yeah.
and your husband is vehemently against it, but go against his wishes to make him feel even worse about his inability to provide. Take the drug money from your sons that he don't want.
He should
Do that.
I think she should have.
Because that's going to make him feel better.
Yeah.
I think she should have.
No, it's not. It's not.
I think she should
It's
have.
not.
I love it. This is good.
It's not going to make her feel
good.
better. It's
Yeah.
not going to make him feel better. He's going to make him feel worse.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have got on his grind a little bit harder or something.
He should be on his grind a little bit harder given his circumstances.
I mean, he built a limo company. Come on now.
Okay, well, he
I know
better-
how you feel
he
about
better-
Charles. I'm
he
not gonna
better-
let you do Charles
he
like
better
this.
get more resourceful than that. You got a side bitch. You better get some money from her.
Hey, you never know. I mean, we got to tune in next week.
Well, he wasn't taking the money when she was trying to give it to him for the ceiling fan. and stuff.
Exactly. You giving away coochie coupons
Hey,
in your house in foreclosure.
My nigga Charles been
And
had
your
money.
kids
When
selling
Meech got in
drugs.
trouble,
Yeah.
Charles whipped out a whole knot and was like, "Here, I got to provide for my kids," and he sent them down to Atlanta. Charles been getting money.
Oh, he did?
And so then what does that make Charles now? Because your house in foreclosure and your wife work at Wendy's. And
No,
she's too
Meech paid
tired
the
to
house
fuck
off.
you.
Dang, yeah.
Meech paid the house off.
We not taking up for Charles here, okay?
Hey,
Let me tell
Charles.
you about how punk ass Charles haunted me though, because I watched that episode and I was mad like he's the hoe ass nigga. I
Yeah.
can't fucking stand Charles.
What do you do?
Listen, I'm
yeah.
laying in my bed trying to find a movie to watch, so I put on The Hate You Give. You remember?
Oh,
The Hate
yeah,
You
yeah, 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 yeah.
Nigga in the opening scene with some cornrows. I was like, no fucking way.
Oh, man, that's crazy, man.
Fucking Charles. And listen, The Woman King just came out on Netflix. I'm like, I gotta watch it. And somebody was like, Charles is in there.
I gotta
don't know
watch
if
it now.
He is, but if I see his face, I'm gonna throw my keys.
So
at
you
the
got to,
TV.
man.
I can't
Yeah.
stand Charles.
They going in on Charles on social media, man.
Hey, you know what's
I'm
so?
gonna be like Jada and Low Down Dirty Shame if I see that nigga in real life.
It was so.
knocking the shit out of him, just-
It was so funny though.
GP.
It was so
You
funny.
playing the part too well. You would really do a bitch like this, is what I'm
that ain't
convinced. It's
acting.
like Danny Glover
I
in The Color Purple.
I think
I ain't never liked Danny Glover since. I'm gonna just be honest.
yeah.
Since The Color Purple,
Since he
since
played
he was
Mr.
Mr. He's always been Mr.
Yeah.
And he will always. That nigga in BMF, the cop. He was the husband in Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Harris,
He played a bad role.
I don't like him either.
Yep,
Okay, all of them can get.
Hey, I seen
They can get the masculine patch
when they
all
was
the
shooting
way,
when they
okay?
shooting in Detroit. The Charles and the wife came down to Floods and they was dancing on the dance floor. And Charles was making them same faces.
Oh,
I was laughing like a motherfucker. So next time Charles in town, I'm invite you down, Red. Charles is in charge.
oh man.
No, but back on some serious note. What else? What y'all been hearing about the train derailments?
Yeah. Have you?
No,
You haven't heard about the train derailment?
no, I ain't heard about shit.
So another one has
it's a Facebook thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. Another one has derailed in Nebraska. So I think this may be about the 6 or 7 one that's derailed with carrying chemical.
Somebody blamed it on the Trump administration. They said that he
Blame everything.
No, they said it was like some kind of bill that kept trains on the track or some shit, and they said that he got rid of it.
Oh, dang.
Fuck out of here.
I'm
Blaming
not
everything on my
kidding.
boy.
Right.
I'm not kidding. He's being blamed for this.
We openly supporting Trump this time. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. We supported him, but we had to stay on the back end because we was getting killed in the black community. But at this point,
I know I would.
and the circumstances going down, ain't no fucking money out here. Biden, he can't even fucking talk.
Facts.
Biden is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we openly support Trump this year. So if you don't like it,
And
fuck
your
you.
great grandkids gonna be paying back the shit that Biden is spending money on. They gonna be paying it back in taxes. So.
Right. Fuck you if you don't get it. I'm openly saying that this year. Motherfuckers tried to put me on blast when it was, unpopular. I mean, it's still unpopular, but when it was unpopular, like, he's a Trump supporter. Man, fuck you. Fuck out of here.
And they still gonna be in denial. They still, even after this, they gonna be in denial about it because all they care about is some shit that don't really affect their life day to day.
Right.
You know, they
You gonna get a MAGA hat? is what-
I already got a MAGA hat.
You do?
Hell yeah.
I ain't never seen you wear it.
I wear it. I got one. I wore it. I got
You
one.
have one?
No, I don't. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I got me a MAGA hat. Shit.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of choices.
Listen, right now, the scratch ticket that Juan got, Detroit Red, I think she's about to scratch it, so we're gonna see if she gonna win this $20 million and give Juan $200.
$2
I'm
million.
giving
$2 million.
$40 if I win.
She only give me $40. See what I'm saying?
Okay, here we go with the here.
I need
He up here
200,000
making
to
up for
survive.
Charles.
I need 200,000 to
I
survive.
feel about Charles, and he purposely is just like loving on Charles.
I mean, I had to bring that up. You know what I'm saying?
No, that was
it's like
hilarious,
it's
man.
like a sore spot for me.
But it was a good conversation, though. That you know what? Shout out to BMF for writing it to be that, like, because it's hard to side. It's like it's good arguments on both sides, so that's good writing.
Yeah, man. That whole
So I gotta scratch off all these scratches. So I'm scratching off this scratch off.
It ain't gonna be easy to
And
get that $2 million.
So my lucky numbers are 9, 7, 33, 22, and 30. So 7, 2, and 9 are my lucky numbers. That's my birthday. So
okay.
Oh shit, we
let's see what
we doing good so far.
Okay, so what I have to do is win 2 times your prize, and then my numbers. I have to match any of my numbers to any of the winning numbers, and you get the prize.
$20 scratch off for the 20th episode.
20th, man.
Get this 2 million.
20th, golly.
Get this 2 million.
This the 20th episode?
Yeah, we 20 in. We 20 in. You know what I'm saying? We build it up. You know what I'm saying?
Congrats, man. Congrats for real.
So when she get this 2 million,
Dave,
I don't know.
you don't keep count.
I ain't doing it like y'all. Shit, this podcast stuff, man, is I gotta give Jay Johnson a shout out because they had like 1,000 episodes. They had like 300 plus or 400 or something like that.
Right.
It's a lot of work, man.
Right.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. So if she get to win this $2 million, so you know what I'm saying, we could take it to all the way to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Detroit
$2
Red.
million worth of game.
So she should be done scratching off this ticket
Shout
next
out
week.
to Gilly.
She should be done next week.
Oh, yeah,
scratching
man.
off this ticket. We'll find out what happened on the next episode.
Wow.
At the rate she.
Am I going slow?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, man. So,
No, that I love that BMF discussion. I'm gonna have to catch up, man. I'm like 2 episodes behind.
oh yeah, man. It's
I
all
can't even
fun.
watch it no more. It's like so poorly written.
It's fun, man. It's fun because
But
of the.
at this point, I'm just invested in Charles.
I'll tell you this: the way that it looks, it makes you feel like the aesthetic of it is definitely Detroit.
All right,
I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking us back to the old days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know if they probably see. That's the thing. When you look at like Raising Canaan, even the actors who ain't from New York, they still sound like they from there.
All right,
So
right.
some of the actors don't sound like Detroit. This is a certain type.
Yeah.
And they don't sound like that. But it's all good. I'm nitpicking.
Yeah.
People were having an argument about when the term "what up though" started because they say it in BMF and people are trying to say like in the 80s they didn't say that.
Well, that show. I think that was in the 90s or
90s, yeah.
80s or 90s. They're saying it's a early
Wasn't in the
2000
90s?
thing. I don't know.
No. That's when Tone made that song. What up doe? What up doe?
When was that?
That was in the early 2000s.
Early 2000. Okay.
Yeah,
but
I
you still got to put what up though in.
Nah, what up though was a thing in the 90s for sure, man.
It was? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I remember saying what up though. I mean, I believe I did.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Even if it wasn't accurate, I'm not mad that they put that in there because.
That Mandela effect, huh?
Yeah.
I
Mandela
don't
effect.
understand what this means. Scratch entire play area, get in any spot, win a prize.
Come on, you got this, Red.
Did we win the money?
Show, get a money bag symbol, win double that.
Oh shit.
I don't think I won anything.
Damn.
Have you look at it?
Man, we starting off 2023 losing. God damn. Shit.
But it was fun to do.
Right.
Fun to dream.
Yeah, for sure.
About cashing in $2 million and giving you 40
yeah.
$40.
$40.
See what kind of shit. Did y'all hear about?
$20 back.
Did y'all hear about the
20.
that situation where the guy gave the girl a lottery ticket? She won,
Mm-hmm.
and then I guess she didn't want to give him anything.
Oh, I ain't hear about
You
that.
want to give
wow.
him nothing?
Didn't want to give him nothing. I believe that's how they said it, but it was in Michigan. It was $1 million ticket, and he gave the girl the ticket, and she won, and she didn't want to give him shit.
He took it to court or something like that?
I don't know if he took her to court.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no,
say, what
no.
happened? I mean,
Yeah.
if she signed up on the ticket, she don't have to give him nothing.
Right. I mean, technically she don't, but
So, Red, so you basically saying that hypothetically, if you would have won, you would have done the same thing to won.
$40.
she don't know. She don't know how my gangster is.
Juan to be at your door.
No. I mean, if she would have been like, I won $2 million. I would have been even on camera. I would have been.
Nope. So if you ever give me a scratch off again, I'm gonna sign it first.
Yeah, gotta sign it first.
What you gonna do?
Come on now. We in the era of scamming. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I can sign your signature and make it mine.
Yeah.
That day say yeah.
My own signature. But really, like, what if you gave somebody at the casino? You gave somebody $20
Right.
and they hit for like 20,000. How much
Right.
would you expect them to give you?
It depends,
You
man. I
expect
mean,
them to give you anything?
a person that I came with,
Yeah.
I feel like they should give you half.
Half.
Damn.
I mean, if you're at the casino and he gave you $20 and you win, it's like y'all both won, in my opinion.
That's
At the casino. Now, if it's something else, like if I gave you that scratch off and you went home and X, Y, and Z, that's a little bit different because it was a gift. But if I hit $20 put in the machine, you won. Why not? I mean, it's being selfish and greedy not to get a person. I would give a person half.
Well, it depends. Now, does it depend on whether or not? Okay, so if you gave a person $20, what if you gave it to them because they left their money upstairs, right? Versus they just broke, and they wouldn't have been able to
Right.
gamble unless you gave them the $20.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if in my situation, it would have been this. Like, I don't have $20 cash on me right now.
Right.
Oh,
would've-
so I don't know. Should that person still be entitled to half? If you really had the money, you just needed day 20 in that moment.
Yeah.
I'm just so. If somebody gave me some money and I put it somewhere and I won, I'm so fucking happy and grateful to win. here, take it.
I
I didn't have this money before I came here. Here's half. I got half. Let's go out this motherfucking have a fucking ball. But that's just the way I think.
I believe Juan would do that. Yeah.
That's just the way I think,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
No.
I can't say what the hell
I
I
will
do.
always go to the casino with my own money.
Yeah. So you won't even end up in that situation.
Because I ain't even trying to deal with that.
Well, I mean,
There was a time in my life where I would be like, yeah, I give you half, but now not anymore.
I give a person half. I
give
mean,
you $500. That's a nice gift. Off of $20.
I suppose, man.
$500 is a nice gift.
So after Juan just told you he would give you half, if you in the same situation with him, you wouldn't give him half? You wouldn't reciprocate that?
No, he wasn't talking about with me specifically.
But you one of his friends. He would have done that for you.
I mean, we were at the casino and I won. You gave me $20. Fuck that. We won. We won.
Yeah.
That's just how I get down.
I'm learning things about y'all friends. It's so saying reciprocal here.
Hey, that's how I get down. You know what I mean?
Damn,
but you know, but even outside of that,
You a bottle of champagne.
I want no damn. I buy a bottle of champagne every day.
Yeah.
No, but I was thinking about this when I was pulling up. And you know, in life we have givers and takers, right? Mm-hmm. So I consider myself a giver, and a lot of people that I attract, like my friends, homeboys and shit, they've been takers. So I tend to fall out in a lot of situations because of this thing, because people think they're manipulating the situation, like they are getting over in a sense, and they just see you just doing what you do, and they just keep on just letting you. You got to be able to draw a line from being a giver. So if you went through a circumstance where you drove that line, I respect you drawing that line. You know, because with certain people, I've drawn that line too.
I've had to draw that line just in my life, just period. Because like I said, I used to be the type of person that'd be like, oh, I just give you half, like off the bat. But now I'm just kind of like, you know, when I think about that situation and the person I was dealing with when we had this exact same situation, it's like, ooh, I would be so glad I didn't give him $20,000 if I won $40,000 right now.
Yeah.
Just because, you get what I'm saying? Like,
No, you can't do that with everybody.
no.
You cannot do that with everybody.
That, yeah, I'll give them something nice.
Right.
Significant. Maybe if I won $20,000, I'd probably give them like $2,000.
Right.
Back in the day, I'd have said, I can split it half. But now, $2,000. I gave you 10%.
Right. But
Fuck on.
I think that's depending on the
I think that's fair.
That is, yeah.
I think that depends on the person that you.
If it's my husband,
right.
half.
Right.
Your husband.
If I had a husband.
Yeah, but it's you know it's gonna go into y'all account anyway unless y'all.
Yeah, but it'd be like a gift, like
you might if you got married today, you probably have a separate account because you like a.
I'm about to say that women like to have their separate accounts now.
Yeah.
I do because I feel like men are irresponsible.
That's that masculine side, y'all.
I feel like men are irresponsible.
No, women are irresponsible with money.
I'm not though. So
Red got
I'm
that paper, man.
Right.
Irresponsible with money. Like I barely spend any money, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's a Leo trait.
I want a separate account because I know I don't spend money like you. I don't.
I remember Red hit me up. She's like, "Oh, my roof, something happened, with my roof." And then you had some people come over to give you an estimate and all that. Then I talked to you like a couple of days later. You was like, "Oh yeah, I paid for it in cash." Like when you can get a roof done. And you ain't got to borrow nothing.
Right.
None of that. Yeah, you do good with money.
Yeah. So, I need a separate account because I'm going to beat your ass over some money.
Yeah, you good with money. I'll give you that.
So then here I go.
Let me keep track of your books.
Yeah.
But you ain't keeping track of mine, goddammit.
I know what Juan about to say.
There I go. My whole life, just allowing people to just do what I don't care, right? I'm really good with money too. Like I can save a bunch of money, but I've never been the one. I'm not the person who spends it.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, somebody need a loan. This person need a loan. That person need a loan. So get 10 loans out here.
Yeah.
Half of the people don't pay it back. Right. And they with women just spend. Oh, I need to buy this. Buy shit they don't even need to buy. Mm-hmm. And and then the money gets low, and then nobody's nowhere to be found.
So I need to become friends with Juan, man. We need to get closer after this, because from what I'm hearing, you like a bank institution or something like that. You're just giving out loans.
Hey, I'm out of money right now though.
Yeah.
But
No.
What I learned with people, because there's always going to be people that are constantly like needing. You got to give them something to do. Like, I would rather have you work for me and pay you than lend you some money.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm never going to get back.
I see what you're saying.
Right. No,
You get what I'm saying?
I totally
like, can
agree.
you paint? You can come paint my basement for this $200.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Rather than just giving $200 and
You're
hoping
smart.
you get. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So I need my grass cut.
Right.
I actually think it's more of a sign of respect that you have for that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Because you're not enabling them.
No.
You know,
Right.
you're considering them to be a willing and
Yes.
an able individual capable of working for whatever it is you decide to give them. So I think that's respect.
Yeah. So for the givers,
Right.
I
think I've been an enabler for a long
yes,
time.
you can be.
Right, because of the fact, but it was not out of like disrespect.
Yeah.
It was more of if I'm in this position and I respect you as a person, if you need a loan, you should be able to come to me and get a loan.
Yeah.
But I should be able to get it back. You
You
see what I'm saying? Because if I ever need a loan from you, I should be able to get the loan from you. So that's the only situation. Then, and what happens is that money exposes situations. So it allows me to see where I need to go and who I need to cut the fuck off. Because if it's always one sided, I'm always the person who is going to work, put in the work, do this. I'm always going to be that hard working, generate motherfucker. And if you can't reciprocate that,
Yeah.
and it took me a long time to, it takes me time. I peep shit like once, twice, 3 times. I'm like 4 times. Like, damn, let me see how far this is gonna go. Because at the time it'd be like petty to me. But then once I see the level of disrespect, wait a minute, this person ain't just having a hard time. It becoming disrespect at this point. But
No, that's a good point. I think Eddie Murphy was on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel was like, man, you used to have a whole entourage with you back in the day, back in the 80s or whatever. And he was like, nah, man, the older I get, the smaller that circle of friends get.
Right.
And he said, it's not me getting rid of them. They find a way to write themselves out of my life.
exactly.
For sure. That's my thing. Like when you're saying like, I don't feel like I need to cut those people off, but you need to cut off the branch. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to stop giving. If they really love you outside of that, they're gonna still be there. But if you cut them off, if you start saying I ain't got it,
Right.
if you start being willing to help, or if you try to give them work to do and then they don't want to do it,
Right.
if they fall off from you, then I just let you know everything that you need to know. But I wouldn't like cut somebody off because they're needy, because people can be needy.
At some point,
And you accept certain roles with people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you accepted the enabler role, you accepted the enabler role.
That's a good point. We
And
got to
so
take accountability for that.
You got to take accountability for
Yes.
that, and then you
I
got to
got you.
stop doing it. And if you stop doing it, and they will likely cut themselves off,
Right.
or they might step up, because I've had some enablers in my life. When I cut off the umbilical cord of being able to come to Kathy for everything,
Right.
they stepped up.
Yeah. Well,
So
here's the thing, too.
and it didn't fracture the relationship.
Okay.
So
That's a good point,
Yeah.
Red. I think I've done that before, where I said that I stopped enabling, and then the friendship still ended up, I won't say it was lost, but we just stopped talking as much.
but
right?
we had that.
Who, me and you stopped
Yeah.
talking?
No, we didn't stop talking. But
Oh, I
remember
was
when
like,
we was
what the hell
doing
is
the podcast stuff, because you would do it for me.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
right. And I
and
said,
then-
Red, you gotta learn. You
Yeah.
gotta learn this. Don't get me wrong, because it's a fine line between,
Right.
you know. But at the end of the day, it's good for me to
Yes.
be that way, because it don't put as much on
Right.
me, and then it's good
But
for
I'm just
you.
saying it didn't fracture our
It
relationship.
didn't fracture because we right. But
Right.
I'm saying the reason why I didn't fracture our relationship, in my opinion, is because you're gonna have moments like that in a friendship. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, our values are still, at least the core things are still in alignment.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that when I've done that with certain people in the past where I just decided to say, okay, I'm not going to enable them no more, we still stopped talking as much over time because maybe our values didn't align. It just felt like we were growing in different directions, or maybe they just wasn't applying themselves with the shit in their life. And it's like, well, what we gonna talk about if I'm over here working hard and you doing this shit? It's only 24 hours in a day. And then the higher you get in life, the more friends that you'll gain in those circles. So I can only spread so much of it. So that's what I think Eddie Murphy meant by motherfuckers writing themselves out, because at some point, our values ain't gonna be in alignment. So at that point, that had nothing to do with values. That was just us trying to work through something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You tell a motherfucker no once. You could tell a motherfucker yes 1,000 times, but you tell a motherfucker no once, and the whole shit just shifts, right?
Yeah.
So
That's a blessing.
So what?
Sometimes the trash need to take itself out.
Yep.
So in my own personal scenarios, I don't strike the first time. I let a sequence of events happen, right? And then I only strike once though. So when motherfuckers see me strike, they be like, damn, you just like that. No, this shit has been building.
Yeah.
But, you know, I got it in my mental calculator, in my mental mind, and I've been letting it go. And it took me a long time to even realize I was being an enabler. So I didn't even know because I didn't have the malice like I am like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure this motherfucker. Yeah. No, these my people. Oh shit, if I got it, you know you good. If you got it, I'm supposed to be good.
Yeah.
When the fuck are you ever gonna be good?
Yeah.
Fuck. Give me some fucking help. Help me back.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then they be shocked when you explode like that.
Right.
But yeah, I got you.
Help me the fuck back. Oh shit. Motherfuckers tell me they was good at beating people up. Beat somebody's ass. Go beat somebody's ass for me then right now.
Let me see what you talking about.
Because if that's your talent, or fix a tire, or fucking, like you said, paint a wall, do something. But nobody wants to do it because the guys or the people that was in my circle, they pretended to be a certain way.
Yeah.
So for them to they can't humble themselves to come do something they feel is underneath them, even though they're fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have gone over our time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did.
It's been a great 20th episode, though.
It has, man.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting.
Shout out to Red.
I'm so happy to see y'all today.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say one thing about Red. Red is one of the most hardworking people. She got like 5 jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And she doing this podcast. And she came up with this great idea to do this podcast. She, although she seems like she's out there like that, she is a bit of an introvert. So this took a lot, and I've seen her growth over every episode, and she's been killing it. My favorite episode is really one of the ones that she did by herself. You know what I'm saying? Because you cold with talking with other people, and you cold with doing it solo. And Red is just phenomenal, man. I just want to give a shout out to her because without her, we wouldn't be here. So thank you, Red, and also being prepared. She come up with all these topics.
Oh yeah.
So this ain't being done off the whim. Like she putting preparation into this shit for y'all. So shout out to Red.
Thank you.
We love you, Red.
Oh, I love you.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that the 21st was the original Detroit Reds.
Yes, this is the day he died.
The anniversary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like crazy.
Yeah.
That aligned that way.
Yeah.
Wow. Rest in peace to El Haj Malik Al Shabazz, aka
Malcolm X.
Yeah,
the greatest, the GOAT.
Detroit Red. If you don't,
it ain't because she a red bone. It's because of Malcolm X.
There you go. All right. Peace.
Peace.
We out of here.